So this is something we may be trying to hide, but the African woman got a lot of things different from the Indian woman. I have been in India for 2.5 years now, and there are a lot of things which I spotted difference from the African woman and the Indian woman, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I am Bertin from Congo in Africa, born from a mother, and I've been raised with one sister. I hope that's enough for me to know about how the African woman is. No, I have been observing my society for a long time, and I know how the African woman live. And yes, of course, I have been also in India, and I've been seeing how the Indian woman live. Also, one of the other reasons is that I live here with a community of Indians and also African girls in India, and that gave me to know how different an African girl or an African woman can be to an Indian woman. One thing which I would like you to know is that what I'm going to say might not be something which is general for everyone, but these are just my own perception, and not everybody is obliged to agree with me. The very first thing which I would like you to know is that an Indian woman can pay Dory, which is not practiced in Africa. And from what I have been reading is that an Indian woman pay Dory for her to be independent even after the marriage. But in Africa, this is something different. I am sure that 80% of boys, I don't have any statistic for this, but I'm just pretty sure that 80% of boys in Africa don't get married early because they don't have money to pay the dowry. And this just show how is the man who have to pay dowry in almost all the cultures of Africa. Yes, there are some of them which are exceptional, but there are very less that the majority of countries in Africa practice the culture of the man paying the dowry. And for my first time when I knew that an Indian woman can pay dowry, it was from a movie which I watched, Three Idiots. And from that movie, that's when I was surprised that an Indian woman was the one complaining that she doesn't have money to pay the dowry, when I knew that is the job of a man in Africa. And this also showed me one of the other things which I usually appreciate from Indian girls is that they can pay a bill when you go to a restaurant together, which is not mostly practiced in Africa. Yes, it can be practiced, but is not mostly practiced by many girls or women in Africa. And I think all these things show to the woman that she can be independent and she can make something happen by herself, not only waiting for the man to be there. Second thing, riding a two-wheeler. In Africa, this is something which will be surprising to see a woman riding a two-wheeler. Okay, maybe it can be because we don't use also them so much like scooters. They're not mostly used in Africa, but yet even if there are some few which are there, it's very rare to see a woman riding a two-wheeler. And for my first time when I came here in India and saw that almost every girl was going around with two-wheelers in town and everywhere, I was surprised because in Africa, once we see it, it's a surprise watching a woman riding a two-wheeler. Yes, they can drive cars and doing other things, but when it comes to two-wheelers, it's very rare to see a woman riding in Africa. And I think this is something which we should appreciate from India, because this gives again to the woman the ability of moving any place where she wants without calling the husband or another boy to be there to take her where she wants to go. Third thing which I've seen many people talk about here in India especially is the hair. The African hair with the Indian hair. African women, black especially, use mostly nowadays wigs or braids for their hair, which many can judge to be a fake hair. And there are so many reasons which push them to do that. When in India, Indian women keep their hair, and it's like for them keeping hair to be long, it's like riches. You will see that most of Indian girls want to keep their hair to be long, and it's same thing again also in Africa, but just the difference is that for the African hair to grow, the hair of a black girl, for it to grow, it takes a lot of time and it's easy for it to break. That's why most of them, among the reasons which make that they use wigs or braid, is that they try to keep their hair natural so that it will stay there. Because if they use other things, the more they comb it or the more they wash it or the more they use it, the more they touch it, it can break and they can lose their hair. That's why they can mostly use wigs or other things to cover their hair so that their hair can stay there. Yet there are still many African women who keep their natural hair. I'm not saying that there are no African women who keep their natural hair. There are still so many who keep their natural hair. And I'm not here to judge African women from not keeping their natural hair, because I am not an African woman. I don't know what they pass through for them to accept to keep wigs or braids. So I'm just there to watch everything they want to do. Yet in India, you will never, like from what I've seen now, I have never seen an Indian woman having hair which is not her hair. Most of them, or I can say the majority, because I've never seen any, they only have their natural hair, which they try to keep long as much as it can be possible, because it's rare also to find in India a woman who have her hair which is short, which is one of the things which is again common in Africa, women who cut their hair and make it short. So with this, I am just trying to show that there are so many differences which are there between the African woman and the Indian woman. And from what I've said, I didn't say everything, that yet so many differences which are there, which I think women can be the best to express or show them, because me, I'm just a boy. I don't know a lot of things about women, but I think I have a little bit which I've just shared with you. And from all these things, I'm not saying that there is one who is better than another one, and everyone is how she is depending on the culture which they met when they were growing up. As for example, the culture of using braids. When you have been born in Africa and you saw all your elders using braids or wig, probably when you grow also you have to do the same thing. And also for an Indian woman, when you grow up and you saw that everyone is riding a scooter around you, probably also when you grow up you have to do the same thing. So culture shapes those differences among us, and also the places where we live, depending on the conditions which we have around us. But yes, what I can say is that the African woman, they're very hardworking, they're very beautiful, and they have a lot of things which I really like. And also same thing for Indian women, they're very kind, they're very respectful, and also they're very beautiful, which is one of the things which also I like. So let's respect women around us and give them value for what they deserve, because every woman deserves to be free and independent to do everything the way she wanted to be. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to watch more of other videos which African make here in India, you can find the link in the description. Also, if you want to hear more of my topics and other talks which I have with my friends, where I discuss more about my the differences among different cultures or my life here in India, you can find more again on Mohombo Live, which the link will be in the description. Thank you so much for being here. Catch you next time.